Praise God, he's my boy. He's blinded and so floating minded. He's clueless.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair.
Words and phrasings that are very short and very sudden and or like quick and fast and skip through it. There's always words that are long and they're held, and there's always intention behind the words, and I feel like you can't deliver that being rich.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
so we talked about there the rhythm, the characterization of the way it's being spoken, even in the way that it it progresses. I feel like there's not a sudden shift.
no.
And it doesn't all of a sudden, there's never this like belty, changing, life-changing moment. There's not a pinnacle shift in this song. So I felt like even, I do feel a shift. I feel good, and I'm in the right place where we started. But I think that whole thing is sustained. It's a sustained transition almost.
Yeah.
So definitely I agree with that 100%. It's the right time.
Now on the weight line, I don't think it's strong. But I don't know if it's light. I don't know if...
Leave that one for a minute.
Maybe I will. On the flow one, my first assumption is to think it's quite free. But then it's also fairly bound, I think, in the structure of how there isn't the only change in the melody that is just when I stop, away it goes, that section, then it goes straight back into what we recognise from the beginning.
I think the way it's been written in the melody, in the phrasing, like we said, there's this very casual shift. But so that I think that is, but that I think I say bound, because even at that, this isn't free. We're bound in that.
Within
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what my assumptions were. Yeah.
And everything's on scale, so we're not in this one. It's not the most bound you can be, but I think because of that, and because I feel like there's also a container in the thought process, and a container, even though there's emotion and there's thought, it's all contained.
Like I said, the intention from the beginning, pretty much the same as the intent from the end, even though there's a slight change.
It doesn't go from box to
that's-
box.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go back up there then. Which is, yeah. Yeah, make it a bit bigger.
Okay, now space. I don't think it's indirect.
So let's.
It's Margaret.
It is Margaret.
Second name's name. Third name's Margaret.
Margaret.
She has a son called Jamie.
Yeah.
She's a single parent. Is she a social person? I wouldn't say she's a...
So she's got one really good best friend, and she's basically like James and the whole show.
Yeah.
So
she's...
And whenever they go out to the clubs and stuff like they have recording time, so obviously she is.
She's quite social. Yeah. But she has like... So she has like one good friend that like... She's like stuck up to.
They like party all the time. Like,
Aww.
kind of like frankly.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so cute.
We know she works really hard.
She obviously works very hard.
In the shows, particularly, she spends the majority of her money on Jamie and getting dresses and shoes.
She seems like a really passionate mum.
Yeah, she's really passionate. She's really dedicated to Jamie.
Yeah.
You know, she's first to storm in there and shout at the principal.
And she's always so accepting and so open-minded, which is nice.
She is. And it's funny because actually, and like, the more you listen to the song, and if you listen to her other song on the show as well, her open-mindedness, she always comes in the show, she never just says yes. She's not like the type of mom who's like, yes, do this, do that, do that. It takes her a second to think.
Yeah.
Because she's also a mum's safety as well, I think. And that's also a big thing, I think. So like,
nice.
She's never just like, oh yeah, that's like, oh, you know, like, fuck the world, they should fucking let you walk around the street.
Yeah.
She's not. You know, she gets Jamie shoes for his birthday, but they're both out in the back garden on his garden wall. the show, not necessarily the
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, I hear you.
But and you know, it's his birthday party.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah. There's not like you can watch it.
Oh, you watched it, yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
So like it's in her back garden, and she's like, there's no reason why Jamie like takes 10 minutes, like go out and have a look at the film and come back, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So she's cautious.
Yes, yeah, she's very cautious.
But she's also open shoulders. Like it's almost like her own cautiousness. She doesn't like get in the way, but it exists, and then she's like,
Yeah.
okay, but no, like her confidence comes from Jamie. So I want us to go through the epigraph
Okay.
one at a time.
Okay.
Starting with our composition line, which is the little diagonal line.
Yeah.
But doesn't do anything but composition.
Yes.
And I want us to go through each line one by one
Can I use my
and
picture?
pick which one would be most appropriate. Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much. Pick which one would be most
Most
appropriate.
So don't just
Okay.
put it up there. Let's talk about it before
Okay,
we make
okay,
any
okay.
decisions.
So, can I start with anyone?
Mm-hmm.
So in regards of weight, I think she's strong.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Let's put that up there. Just because what we've discussed.
I think,
Do you do it on
yeah.
your phone? Anyway, this is sweet safety customer.
For flow, I think she's quite bound. Because I think she's a single mum who wants to do the best for her son. So I think her mindset is free because she's like really like open-minded and like will do whatever Jamie like will help Jamie like pursue his dreams. But I think in terms of like where she is, I think she's quite bound.
Okay, so yeah, so we think about it from like her perspective of not her personality or her love for Jamie, but her and herself. And
Yeah, I think she's bound.
Yeah, she doesn't have like
Because as you-
dates every week. And
Yeah.
she doesn't really. She spends most of the time in the house and the friends trying to get
And
away
Jamie
all
is
the
like
time.
her, and it's like she has 2 songs in the show and they're both about men.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yeah, let's say so. Like she's not the most bound character that we've ever seen.
No, she's not, but-
Saying on the scale, so that's put.
Yeah, okay. Of course.
Yeah. No, that's direct. Sorry, it's from Strong. I promise.
Oh god, yeah, sorry. Right.
Very much.
I think when you said like she's quite cautious, so would that mean that she's quite sustained? Like she's not very spontaneous?
I would say there's always. I'd say if we're talking about decision making.
Yeah.
There's one part of the show which is very spontaneous, but in my opinion, that's her breaking the chronological order of her personality.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah,
She is quite sustained.
Everything else, you know, she takes a second to think about it,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
always, okay, yes, you convinced me. Let's
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
But you know, X, Y, and Z.
But then when she like went in and shouted at the principal,
I think that was her breaking the chronological
was
order.
that her like having enough?
It was
like,
most, yeah, I think it was, and it was
Yeah.
very pinnacle because of the chronological order. So let's put it up.
okay, sustained.
Continue. Keep the rhythm. What are you up without? You can see it. Right there. I think this is the challenge, is that we fair? Because I wanted to change with him.
Using my timing this late in my career.
For a kiss they paid 1,000, yet they paid 50 cents for my soul. They took their piece, the walks away. He's my boy. He drives me insane. He's my boy.
she'll go into more of a mix, which is like leveling out the chest, which is leveling out the head voice with the chest voice, and it'd be good because she wants to obviously put emphasis.
You know, he's not weak, he's not, you know, he's not soft, he's not like, when somebody asks him a question, he won't be muffly, he won't collide all his words into one sentence, he'll be clear, he'll be crisp, he'll be confident, he'll be coming from, you know, open mouth, loud, blah blah blah. All those, like, again, just making a character choice. These are different, just a different way of looking at the decisions you're making and the decisions you're already making.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, and one who can't move. But where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally finding the one that I wanted was yours. Making my entrance again with my usual flair. Sure.
In my curse, he's my boy. For better, for worse, he's my boy. Believe me, he don't make it easy. He needs me, fulfills me, then bleeds me, but still, he's my boy. He's my boy. And don't sin my curse, he's my boy. For better, for worse, he's my boy. Believe me, he don't make it easy. He needs me, fulfills me, then bleeds me, but still, he's my